The NFT crypto craze of 2022 got millions of people involved in the digital asset game, with plenty of people becoming very rich off the hype, others not so much. Top 1% got insanely rich, the casuals like myself got absolutely screwed. NBA Top Shot, CryptoKitties, Bored Ape, all of which plummeted in value once the crypto bubble popped, leaving millions with a useless collectible worth almost nothing today in 2024. But I want to talk about a lesser known NFT known as P-Monkey. P-Monkey, short for Proboscis Monkey, was an NFT marketed to athletes at the beginning of the NIL era. Unfortunately, no premier collegiate athlete bought into P-Monkeys, with most of the 700 active holders being lesser known athletes across America, which severely hurt the marketability and growth of the NFT. What made a P-Monkey NFT different was a mysterious date of July 25th, 2024, embedded on every moment, which is today.
Congratulations on holding strong on your P-Monkey NFT. You're invited to join the exclusive opportunity of being the first class to enroll in the world's first decentralized university. Parts Unknown University is an online-based college and will follow up with enrollment information and credits we offer. As a holder of P-Monkey, your tuition is covered and you'll be enrolled in our NIL program worth $2,000 a month. We've detected by your serial number that you're currently a student athlete at an existing American college. Parts Unknown University is excited to announce that open tryouts are this weekend for our state-of-the-art football program. Football is the biggest marketing tool of American universities, so our founders have spared no expense to make PU a legitimate college football program. If you opt in, a boarding pass will arrive in your inbox within 24 hours to our tryout location. Let's make some more history. Welcome to PU.
We start by introducing our first ever head coach, Lou Sasso III. He joins us after 3 years on the Oregon Duck recruiting staff. His background as an elite recruiter is important for the future of the program, but it was his incredibly unique approach to the X's and O's that ultimately led to his hiring. Along with the incredibly versatile Lucas Washington and Jed Presley, his approach is wild but really simple. Every single college football program we face is going to be more talented than us. They don't have to worry about studying our playmakers because we just don't have enough. So while they won't have to worry about that, they're going to have to worry about what offense we are going to roll out with, because every single week, both offensively and defensively, we are randomizing our offenses. Some week it's going to be spread. Some weeks we're going to run more pro style. Some weeks it'll be air raid. Some weeks we'll bust out the flex bone. But the objective is to make our opponents as unprepared as possible, to lower the skill gap as much as we can on a week-to-week basis. As a one-star program, our school is definitely struggling in a lot of areas. We are very, very far away from being a championship contender. Our program tradition is non-existent. Our stadium atmosphere is non-existent. With our field being at an undisclosed location, only holders of P-Monkey NFTs have been granted access to attend. Pro potential is non-existent, and our brand exposure has taken a massive hit with the downfall of NFTs. Most people don't think it's a real school, so our academic prestige is very low. And even with reasonable financing, it still is going to pale in comparison to a lot of Power 5 programs who have state-of-the-art athletic facilities. Luckily, our coach, with his recruiting background and what he accomplished at Oregon, is going to help us a little bit with stability and his prestige. And everyone knows the independent conference is very, very respected, and we're getting a nice B grade there. So with tryouts concluded, let's meet the first ever historic Parts Unknown P-Monkey roster. Starting quarterback is senior Patty Owen, a former starter at D3 Eureka College. He's a tough game manager with a high football IQ and great leadership skills. And the depth chart behind him is a great mix of youth, with Jock Jackson and Robert Lair being our freshman quarterback, and a little more experience in Jalen Winston and D'Angelo Vaughn. From Golden Grove, Jamaica, Bubba Clot gives us some track speed at the running back position, and for an undersized player, he runs with a lot of bad intentions. We don't have crazy depth at the running back position, but freshman Thomas Martin will give us a secondary option. With randomized playbooks, you'll never know when you need a fullback. That's why we're bringing in Nick Scott. Tight end room is pretty cupcake, but freshman tight end Joe Rubenstahl at least comes in with a quick drop physical ability. The offensive line is a work in progress, but the starters at 4 of 5 positions are freshmen. We got John Munson at left tackle. We have Casey White at left guard, Brandon Barrios at center, and Hay Long at right tackle. So while the ratings aren't great now, I'm cautiously optimistic we're going to develop these guys long-term into valuable starters. But it's no surprise at right guard, our highest rated starting lineman is the junior transfer from the University of Idaho, Ranko Diaz. The defense as a whole is projected to struggle mightily this season, especially with the rotating playbooks. But for what this group lacks in technique and composure, they make up for it with head games and brutal violence. Our pass rush is very much a committee effort led by Aaron Tibbetts and Jacob Kennedy on the left side, with Bruce Wilkinson, the freshman, Timmy Cobbs, the freshman, and the veteran Elijah Peppers on the right. With a logjam of mid for the interior of our defensive line, it is going to be a fight every single week in practice to get on the field. Whoever makes the most out of the reps will be our starters. Talent picks up a little bit in the linebacking core, with B.D. Wells II earning the starting outside linebacker job. His 84 acceleration and 83 speed make him one of our fastest defenders in the front seven. In the middle of our defense, we got the freshmen Mulaney, Oliver, Boomhauer, and Hagen. Hagen, the senior, is going to wear the green dot, but we are preparing Boomhauer to be his successor. He likes to bring the boom. His 87 hit power is the highest on the team. Rounding out the linebacking core, it was quite the contest between Eros Jackson and Dominique Taylor in tryouts for who was going to get the last spot, but I think it makes the most sense to go with Taylor. He has a little bit more of an athletic profile and a lot more football ahead of him as a freshman. One thing I wish we saw a little bit more in the tryouts was speed in the secondary. Our top 3 are some of our highest rated players: Jody Smith, Monty Chrome, and Smitty Smoke. Smoke and Chrome thrive together during training camp, but it's Jody Smith who might be the most talented of the bunch. Smith comes in with the best athletic profile with 91 speed and 90 acceleration. His 74 zone coverage and 76 man coverage are far and away the highest on the team. With a roster that is as work in progress as ours is, it is a small silver lining that a lot of our starters are going to be freshmen. Looking here at free safety, we have Jalen Harriet. And at strong safety, we're going to be going with Andrew Combs. Gives us great profile as well at 6'2", 215 pounds. Special teams are nothing crazy. Sasser and Vieira make up the kicking room with Tyson Mack as our punter. And I hope he has a lot of good leg exercises, because we're probably going to be seeing him a whole lot. My biggest concern came with the wide receiver room. We got a gamer at quarterback. We got a good athlete at running back. Are we going to have the receivers that can have this offense operate at a somewhat reasonable level? We have the undersized Jason Ishmael. We got Witness, Omarion Beckham, Harold Lloyd, Zach Reynolds, the freshman, Jean-Baptiste Duquesne, Peerless Snow at freshman. So there's freshmen. They might have their best football ahead of them. Jet Bankston is our highest rated wide receiver, a deep threat, but a deep threat still with only 87 speed. Can you really call yourself a deep threat? And that was when we found the man who held the #1 minted P-Monkey NFT, and he saved the day. Switch the field on the punt return. Oh, breaks an ankle. That's a first. I don't think we've ever had a punt return for a touchdown. 58 yards for the greatest returner in college football history. Yes! Absolutely insane. He's back, ladies and gentlemen, the super senior, every bit 5'7", 165, the Hollywood Tech Honey Hunter legend, Tito Williams. And for what he doesn't have in hands or route running, he makes up with 97 elusiveness, bringing 99 agility, 99 change of direction, 92 juke move, and an elite, prolific, legendary 99 speed, 99 acceleration. and he just might be the greatest kick returner you've never heard of in college football history. For our inaugural season, I believe we have an appropriate schedule. Week 0 is a bye. I really just kind of want to focus on recruiting here. Week 1, we have Coastal Carolina. Week 2, the UGF Pandas come to our backyard here in Nowhere Special. Week 3, we take on Eastern Michigan for the battle of who has the best gray field in college football. And you better believe at some point we were scheduling a trip to Vegas because, come on, it's Vegas. After a Week 5 bye, we have another measuring stick opponent in Kennesaw State, which should be a competitive matchup. That rolls into New Mexico State, another bye, Middle Tennessee Week 9, and of course, even though Nick Saban's no longer there, Alabama and scheduling cookie-cutter opponents go hand in hand. So Week 10, we travel to Bryant-Denny Stadium, but ultimately they offered us $1 million to come there and get smacked, and we'll take that with a smile on our face. We close out the regular season, Louisiana Tech, Florida International, Sam Houston, and Western Kentucky. If you are bold enough to think we will win couple games, let me know in the comment section right now here on episode 1 what our final record is going to be. For the final piece of housekeeping, let's talk about recruiting. The house rule that we're going to put in place is that we can only recruit within a star of our current school prestige. So as a 1-star program, we are only able to recruit 1- and 2-star prospects. Eventually, we'll become a 2-star program. When that's the case, it'll be 2- and 3-star recruits. When we're a 3-star program, it'll be 3- and 4-star recruits. And when we are a 4-star program, that is when we're going to be able to start to swing for the fences and try and land some 5-star recruits. So for our first recruiting class, the good news is we don't have a particularly old roster. I got 8 positions I want to try to target. That's just where we have seniors leaving. So it will help us make the most of our 450 hours. Now I need a quarterback, so my preferred style is a scrambler. Let's see what kind of 1- and 2-stars we got. Fortunately, none of the 2-stars have us on their shortlist, and not only that, almost all of them are pretty well locked into a Power 5 school. But we also, with a smaller class, don't want to just go with all the 1-stars, because if we're going with 8, 9, say 10 is our cap for targets, we are going to be able to maximize that 450 hours. So I'm kind of looking here. We only have 1 quarterback overall that has us as our 1 school, Grant Scruggs. I know who bought an NFT. The top available 1-star is Frank Gibbs. Wonder any relation to Freddie. He is the 267th quarterback in the nation. Just in case, if we want a window shop, the highest rated 2-star quarterback is Trent Marcus, who is leaning towards Michigan State, has Central Michigan there. 203rd quarterback in the nation. He'll be our potential Hail Mary play at quarterback. All right, this is what you want to see. You want to see some 2-stars have interest in the potential of this program. And we're going to kind of go by positional rank, where they kind of stand right now. We have Sal McClung, top 200 player, and Duke Lemon, a top 200 player. We'll add both of them on the board, and maybe scouting will give us the odd man out. Like to add a wide receiver, and let's be honest, we all know my play style. I want a deep threat. Couple nice options here. Annoying that the JUCO there. I'm not crazy right now about acquiring, especially junior JUCO. So he's going to come in, and we're only going to get 1 season of him. So I appreciate he's 294, positionally ranked. We have Parker Bickerstaff. And, yeah, we'll throw Damian Reyna there as well. For tackle, we're probably not going to have a higher-rated prospect at their position than Mike Eason, who has us just inside his top 10. He is the 61st tackle in all of high school, so that could be our big fish. I take that back. At center, Corbin Bond, number 69 in the nation for centers, has us as number 2. Nice. We want to add at least 1 pass rusher on the board. Top 1 here is Stephen Ali, who's a run stuffer, which is my least desired tendency. He's 140. He's not brutal. I think that's always maybe a double back on him. And look at the top 2. We have Patausi, who's a run stuffer. He's 77 in the nation. Or Larry Dallas, 68. And if I had to go with the tiebreaker, I am a little bit more of a fan of a speed rusher, so we'll try and get Larry Dallas. On a pass cover linebacker, we get a good option here in a JUCO. If I'm going JUCO, I'll take a sophomore because we get 2 years out of him. Hakeem Teus, 124th in the nation. Also take a look here at Coco Cook. Honestly, it's a badass name. Finally, at DB, our corner room has lots of depth right now, but our safety room does have a couple seniors. So I'm looking at Keaton Elam, who actually has us as his first interest. Oh, he's in! Damian Rea, the speedster. I didn't even get to scout him. The 2-star insta-commits. I've had rebuilds where I'm a 4 or 5-star program, and I don't get insta-commits. This guy, this guy's terrible with money. How many NFTs does this guy own? So now that we're positions that we have 2 players at each spot, I don't need to double up on quarterbacks, for example, and I don't need 2 linebackers. So it's about the process of elimination. So we fully scouted Frank Gibbs here, and for a 1-star, I mean, it could look a lot worse. 84 throw power. The short accuracy is not brutal. The throw on the run's not brutal. He can move a little bit, but he is very much barely scraping into scrambler territory. I'm not seeing the speed that I like. So we'll pivot here to the 2-star Trent Marcus, which he's going to cost a lot more resources. Yeah, that'll do. 93 throw power, 86 short, 84 mid, 90 speed, 90 acceleration. And that is the sound of every backup quarterback on our roster thinking they don't have a chance going forward. This is our guy. All right, looking at Theos. He is a JUCO, so that's kind of working him against him. But 84 acceleration, 83 speed. Zone coverage is not brutal. 73 tackle, 70 pursuit. And for Coco Cook, a great name will only get you so far. The stats are considerably lower. He's not as athletic. He's not as good in coverage. So I think by process of elimination, we'll go with Theos. So now we're at the fork in the road. We have some hours left. We have 9 targets, which I feel good about. My goal was like 10 or under. Now, do I take my remaining hours and try to add more players, more 2-stars, try to find some more underrated players to my board? That's option A. Option B is keep this pool of 9 and spend our hours to fully scout them and see if we can find any gems. I think that's going to be the best course of action, because if some of these guys end up being bust, you can always come back week 5, week 6 of the regular season. I've been able to kind of find that as the sweet spot to like reload your board if need be. There will still be plenty of targets. I hope for our case there'll still be some nice 2-stars available in case we want to shift the board up a little bit. But I think right now let's just focus on these 9 and see if we can unveil any gems. Sal McClung, the power back with decent speed. I've seen power backs have like 85 speed, 88 acceleration, 87 speed, 83 strength. That could get the job done. 79 carry as well for a freshman is pretty good. Now, I will say, slight bummer here in Bickerstaff. I feel like we might be able to do a little bit better. 6'2", 91 speed, but only 87 acceleration. Some of those other 2-stars might have a better athletic profile. I'm going to throw both Nolan Layton and Trayvon Tam, even though he is a JUCO junior. And we'll just see if one of these guys has the athletic profile I desire. Okay, Tam, as soon as I saw 87 acceleration, thank you very much. No, thank you. I'll tell you what, Nolan Layton here with the 93-93 at 6'2". Congratulations on getting yourself a scholarship. We're a little impatient. I probably should have spent my staff point first. We got 5, and I think for any rebuild I do, including this long form dynasty, taking control of parts unknown, you always start in the trenches, and we'll invest in the offensive line. So into week 1, no! You mother. All right, we'll go back to the well here. We got Mike Morris, 218. Ooh, but Maurice Covey. Any interest? We'll see. We'll see where we go next week. Looking at his overview, you got Nevada, UCLA, Cal. Maybe we can make a play here. So here's how we'll roughly divvy up our points. 30 points for us if we're in first place. We got Larry Dallas, who we are just inside the top 5. Still lots of room to go. Georgia Tech with the lead. We'll go with 50 on Dallas. Eason's the one I'm a little worried about. Our highest rated in terms of his position. 61st for the tackle. Started scouting a little bit. Doesn't look, honestly, overly impressive. So I'm not gonna be, beating myself up about it if he ends up committing to UAB or Vandy or something like that. But we'll stay committed. We'll throw 30 there. And we'll go with a big 50 on Covey just to see if we can gain some ground and get into that top 8. All right, from our first week bye. That's why you set the first week bye, so you could focus on your recruiting process. We go from 4th to 1st on Mike Eason. Everyone else is looking nice. We've jumped up to first for Larry Dallas. We jumped up to first for Eason, as we saw. We've fallen to third on Sal McClung, the running back. But now we have an extra 80 hours. So you know what? We'll do the solid here and see if we can gain back that ground by sending the house. And look here on Covey. What are we at? Ooh, okay. It's big on Nevada. But as soon as we have an opportunity to hit it with a sell pitch, I think we could sell them on the project here in Parts Unknown. It's time to make history. The first game in school history for the Parts Unknown P-Monkeys is against Coastal Carolina. They lost week 0. Let's take a look under the hood. I don't think Grayson McCall's there anymore. Pretty sure he transferred. Okay, Grayson McCall not with Coastal Carolina. He transferred to NC State. It feels like he's been in school for 7 years now. But gone are the days of Grayson McCall, Isaiah Likely. Coastal Carolina was good there for a minute. Now they got Matthew McDoom and a bunch of players that aren't breaking an 80 overall. So, I mean, let's be honest. Our team is significantly worse, and this is probably going to be a rough experience. And I think like a small goal will be don't let Matthew McDoom get any turnovers, as he's wearing a freaking hoodie under his gear. We can't let that happen. Absolutely cannot, will not. And since this is episode 1, we're going to go with default playbook. It will be randomized here out, but this is technically also randomized. So we're going with the air raid offense and a base 4-3 defense. I don't think we really broke down the uniforms yet. There's one that's a surprise, but those are the homes. These are the ways. I'm only going to show them quickly. And the numbers and helmets are chrome. It just looks weird in the preview. It looks better when you're on the field. The throwbacks. Oh, the throwbacks. What do we know about that? And there's another one. I'll show it anyway. If you Google, we got the icy whites. And if you Google what a P-Monkey looks like, you'll get what these jerseys represent, if you know what I mean. Over to drive. What better way to start the series off than with a kick return from Tito Williams. Here we go, Patty Owen, the game manager, and that's a compliment. If he can manage this game, not cost us with turnovers, we got a chance. First play is going to be a run. Babaclot to the right-hand side of the offensive line. Get blocked up deeply, takes an ankle. Let's go. Big run, 16 yards. Passing is a different story. We got Tito Williams. Gonna try to use that speed as much as we can, especially when we can get him locked up against a linebacker. But we are into coastal territory. So as you can see by our play calling, there is a cooldown, like inside zone. I can't use it for a couple plays, and there is a max use of play. That is just for self-restraint reasons. Oh, we go to Martin out the backfield, and we are picking on the middle of the field here. We're going to go for a sticks type play. Rubenstahl, Duquesne in the slot, Tito Williams, top of your screen. Always got to watch the running back out the backfield. That could be an option. We're going to go Tito Williams in caught. Fuck! Oh, my God. And it's McDoom! My one kind of mini goal was don't get picked by McDoom. Did you expect anything else? Huh? C4 on the sticks, first Heisman gameplay, moving. Might have been surprising how well we moved that opening drive. It was inevitable. Should have went to the running back. I literally, like, the whole time, I was like, just go to the running back. Go to the running back. No, let's force it to Tito Williams and throw it to the guy that's wearing a goddamn sweater under his pants. It's a hell of a play by McDoom. Good effort from Owen trying to bring him down. 3rd and 10. 3rd and long, not where we want to be. That's a hell of a ball. Duquesne. Great grab. And the splash pays have been there for Parts Unknown. We're just going to play smarter football once we get into coastal territory. Boom. There we go. Rubenstahl, the tight end. Go on the screen pass. We got Martin with blockers in front of him. Hits the spin move. 36, looking like Brian Westbrook out there. Bubba. Oh, the gate's opened. Gotta be punishing there. Gotta take that touchdown. All right. I don't know if you're new to the channel. We got a play here that we really like. It's called the C4 Special. Now, I don't know why it's not Bumbleclot back there. I bet you he'd run this one a lot better. But the C4 Special one executed to perfection. It's one of the best plays, and that is D'Anthony Floyd. Like RB4. And he'll be a trivia question someday. Who got the first touchdown in the history of the parts unknown P-Monkeys? It's RB4, and I'm going to pat myself on the back. Those jerseys are fire. There we go. Great pursuit. Get her ass. Oh my God, what a pick! Over the blind pick, over the shoulder boulder holder. Let's go. Who is that? Is that Smitty Smoke? Show me who got that. First turnover in school history. And those stands might look a little bare. It's Armani Chrome over the shoulder. And I don't want to ruin the immersion. I'm as shocked as anybody. Default sliders, default Heisman. This will be the one little let's suck out of the game and just show you what's going on. What is happening? Tito Williams, top of the screen. That is an open middle of the field. As long as the O-line can pick up that linebacker if he blitzes. He does not. He drops back. We'll go to the running back out the backfield, and it's Martin. I hate that. It's going to be picked.
Ooh, you suck.
And again, second time we're picked, trying to force it to Tito Williams. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Come on, D. Told you, we lack technique. We go for the headhunt every single time. And that's unacceptable. We have been severely the better team here. What a ball! What a throw by Patty Owen. 2 picks. And you couldn't tell the difference as he gets that to Duquesne into Coastal territory. And maybe this could be a chance. They don't got McDoom on Tito Williams. 4th and 8. Gotta watch that safety back there. Tito! That's what he does. That is what he does. The super duper senior. Kicking in this game is difficult, so let's see, make sure we can take the lead. Uh-oh, is Rubenstahl, our starting tight end, picked up an injury. And it is a bruised sternum, picked up on kick protection. Oh my God, picking on the middle of the field. That's a hell of a response before halftime from Coastal as they retake the lead. All right, buddy, don't hit the Heisman. This is the backup. Tight end holds on, makes a grab, will burn a timeout into Coastal territory. Try to get something before the end of the first half. 3rd and 10. Really? All right, Superman. Damn, this guy's a stud. If we were a bigger program, he'd be in shortlist on the transfer portal targets. That was clinical. What an opening drive. Coastal Carolina start the second half. We offered 0 resistance. And honestly, we are not getting anywhere near their quarterback. He has 0 pressure, all the time in the world to throw. And then also doesn't help that Coastal Carolina has the fastest running back in the nation, apparently, in Washington. Averaging like 20 yards a carry. Tito, the prolific speed. Get him in space. Off the hands. 3rd and 5, 4 down territory. They are being aggressive on this play. Look at that. They are going to give us a shot here. If we have time to throw this, Tito Williams. Oh, what a ball. What a ball. And Tito Williams like he never graduated 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever it was. College football is better that Tito Williams is back in uniform. Oh, here he goes. Come on. Slow him down. How will we get the wear and tear working on 22? Yeah, he's unstoppable. That's what trying to play against like Barry Sanders when he was at Oklahoma State was like. Didn't even turn his head around. Come on! What the fuck was that? Show me the replay. Patty Owen gets up sore. Didn't even look like the DB Turner. Like it. Come on. Let this be. Yeah, that was a terrible throw. Let's see here. Pressure. Got smashed. Yeah, no. That was. I feel good about our offense, but you can't have that many turnovers. You cannot have that many turnovers with how bad our defense plays. It'd be one thing if our defense was bailing us out every now and again. But the offense can't be as volatile as it is. It's explosive, which feels great. We saw a lot of good things. But you can't have 4 picks. I mean, they're gassed. We put them in bad positions all day long. 4 down territory. We're going to go wide receiver screen. That'd be a sick play to get Tito Williams on the backside. But we have Bankston. Oh, no. Yeah. It's a learning experience. And that was the closest we've sniffed the quarterback all game. And a ridiculous throw by Kim. As did not see in the first half Coastal Carolina dropping a 50 bomb on us, but here we are. It's garbage time, but I think the box score is going to reflect that there's positives to take. And that's a hat trick for Tito Williams. I wish I could be more hype right now, but we got to be humbled because we were very humbled against Coastal Carolina. But man, the second gear that Tito Williams has, cut down the turnovers. We can figure out how to play even remotely fine defense. I don't see this being a winless season. And there you have it. Game 1 of what is going to be a very long journey to the top. But you better believe we will get to that top. We went against the fastest running back in all of college, apparently. Christian Watson, 270 yards. 3 touchdowns for Washington, who just had a different gear. And I talked about when we looked at the team preview, slow secondary. We are not a fast defense. We don't have anybody that has that track speed to keep up with some of the truly prolific speedsters in college football, which clearly Washington is. But positives are certainly there. Offensively, when it went well, it went very well. As we finished with over 400 yards passing on the day. You just can't have a 3 touchdown to 5 pick ratio and expect to win games. Especially when our defense is pretty much just zero resistance at this current state. Bob Clot, that would have been nice to get him over 100 yards. Floyd with the C4 special. That was his only carry. Maybe that just becomes a specialist for that role. Receiving the great Tito Williams stepped up. It's like he never left. He did have the classic Tito Williams drop at 5 catches, 154 yards, 3 touchdowns, averaging 30. Simon, the backup blocking tight end, stepped in when Ruben Stahl got hurt, and he finishes 6 catches with 90 yards. Duquesne was 64, 46 for Thomas Martin out of the backfield. He had a couple nice runs. The 1 sack was given up by our highest-rated lineman, Enrico Diaz. Defensively, I mean, these guys here honestly should Uber back. They shouldn't even get on the bus. Dominique Taylor, 9 tackles. We got 9 from Andrew Combs, 8 from Jody Smith, 7 from Harriet. B.D. Wells with 4. Not a single TFL was had. Not a single sack was had. Armani Crone with a ridiculous interceptions. Pretty much the only good film we're going to be able to watch on the defensive side of the ball next week. But there's plenty to learn from. Plenty of positives. It wasn't an absolute ass-kicking. And I'm excited going forward about what we can achieve this season. At least we're able to level up our coach after week 1, which throws another 10 credits in the old bank. And we're now bumped up to the #1 school on Maurice Covey, which is definitely a huge win. And victory and defeat. We looked impressive, even in an L. The offense was exciting. We're starting to get a little bit of hype. Like, hey, do you see parts unknown? Like, they are all or nothing offense. Over 400 yards from the quarterback, 3 touchdowns, a couple big bombs, threw a bunch of picks. It's can't miss football. So the stadium atmosphere, the program condition, and somehow championship contender all have gone up. And we get the Independence Offensive Player of the Week, Tito Williams, 5 catches, $154, and 3 touchdowns for the legend. But that is how we're going to wrap up today's episode. I'm not 100% sure how I want the format of this to go, how many gameplays we should have, how many games, because I do want this to be at a decent pace. Don't want to be too slow, or it ends up being episode 79 before we have like a bowl game. But also, you don't want to do these things too fast. So I'm thinking in my head, like, on a good week, 3 games, right? With some maybe more long form in the big opponents, maybe a little more highlights in some of the lesser games, or if there's just a slow game that's all grindy defense, run the football, kind of play it by a game-by-game basis. But I think 3, because you got 12 games in the regular season, so 4 to 5 episodes per season. I think that's a pretty good pace, but I'd love to hear you guys' feedback. That's always something that, as a creator, I want to do what you guys want to see. If you want to see 5 games and longer episodes, we can do that. If you want to see, I probably wouldn't want to do less than 2. That could also be in play. So any and all feedback about this series, good or bad, please let me know in the comment section below. But hopefully it's a lot of positives saying this is the best, most intriguing dynasty right now in college football 25 on YouTube, because that's what I strive to create. And if you do enjoy what you saw here and it's your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Year 10 here on YouTube in the football landscape, and we're trying to make this year a banger. On our way to 175,000 subscribers, with the big goal here being in college football 25 season, Madden 25 season. We can get the big 200. That would be freaking awesome. So when people say, how many subs do I have on my channel, when I'm trying to explain to my kid's parent teacher what I do, 200 sounds a lot better than 173. So that would be cool. Hit the like button for the hype of the series, for the YouTube robots. And until next time, it's your boy C4. Say peace out, love you, have a good one, and PU.